Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Monday. It's Daryl here. It is not so bright and early. It's 7 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, today, very busy holiday season. I got a lot of work to do, painting and whatnot. I went through the usual routine this morning, going through stories, and nothing really caught my attention, but as I've been out for my walk and whatnot this morning, there's a story that's stuck in my head, and I'm going to talk to you about it now. On one hand, it's not a very big story. It's not a big event or anything. But on the other hand, a lot of people around here are talking about it, and I noticed a lot of media outlets picked up on it. There's the stories on about at least 15 to 20 different media outlets on the right and left. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. There was a small march, rather uneventful. One group from the right, the far right, as usual, I really have to watch what I say here. Their initials are the same as, let's say, peanut butter. Okay, so I think we all know who we're talking about now. I'll probably put a picture of this picture on my community page. All right, so apparently there was a march in the Rockville Center, Long Island. Now, Long Island's a part of New York. It's if you don't take a ferry, it's about 2 hours from where I'm sitting. If we go down 95, it's not all that far from here. It's the suburbs. It's a nice. It's generally Long Island's a nice, more affluent area around here. And it was Small Business Saturday, so I saw the article on this, and the first thing I wanted to do, most of the articles talked about how nobody was happy with this march. So I wanted to go, of course, I wanted just to hear both sides. So I went to the right-leaning media, the New York Post, the Daily Caller, the Daily Mail. I wanted to see what they had to say about this. There was a lot of area politicians, mayors, and whatnot, who are mainly Democrats in this area, who were none too happy, we're too happy with this. And here's the thing too, I could understand, because Black Friday, Saturday, this whole weekend, it's a non-political, it's a traditional American weekend, and it has nothing to do with politics on the right or the left. I mean, there's capitalism is involved, but that's about it. It's it's about shopping and eating leftovers and football, and and everybody loves this on the right and left. It's a great time, a great time of year for everybody in America. So when this particular group showed up, about 20 people, they had a big yellow, that's using their colors. Blaring music. Now, I think it was, I don't know if there's such a thing, patriotic rap. That's what it sounded like. Again, nobody wants to hear this stuff. You want to hear, it's the time of year for Christmas, Christmas jingles and all that. And basically, I wanted to see if anybody was into this, if anybody agreed with this, if anybody, I guess they handed out flyers, they waved their flags, about 20 of them, and most of the stories, the initial the headlines of most of these stories was the people around here were just not happy. Nobody on the right or the left. Like I said, so I went through the right-wing articles, and even, let's say, the New York Post, who's heavily right-wing, and they had nothing good to say about this either, and I can understand why. No matter who you are, no matter who, if you're left or right, Republican, Democrat, like I said, this weekend is about going out and you look at these guys. This weekend's about going out, your families, especially families, wives, mothers, kids, going out Christmas shopping, and it's just not the time of year for guys dressed up in leather jackets, waving big poles and flags, and with their faces all covered over with bandanas and face masks. And let's just face it, they look threatening. They look very threatening. And I don't think the store owners, I don't, even if these were Republican or Trump voting store owners, I can't see how they could possibly, and none of these articles said, nobody was happy with this. This is the thing. This group of people, this group always brags about being, having most of their members from the military or the police or whatever. So that, that makes me think. They're not stupid. I don't think they go to the bathroom without thinking about strategy, without an entrance or exit strategy. I don't think they even go to the bathroom without thinking of that. So I was trying. This is what's been on my mind. What were they thinking here? What were they thinking? What was the optics here? Were terrible. A bunch of big, menacing, hulking men with their faces completely covered, yelling, waving flags, blaring, not Christmas music. I don't, there had to be, unless it was I just can't imagine that it was a misstep. It was a misread by them, that somehow maybe they thought they'd be welcomed by the store owners. I was thinking here too, I think I could see what they were going for. These are the suburbs, and then you have the more diverse big city of New York, the 5 boroughs. And so they're marching on the outside, the less diverse areas. Almost looks like they're trying to create a situation. That was the first thing that came to my mind. But it appears they weren't welcomed by anybody. I mean, there was no, I didn't see, I went through at least 6, 7 different stories on the right and left, and I didn't see anything, nobody had anything good to say about this. Even Republican lawmakers didn't want to talk about it, didn't have nothing good to say about it. Store owners were not happy with it. The people just wanted nothing to do with it. It makes me wonder, what was the motivation here? Could it have been that big of a misread by this bunch, or what? Definitely not a good look for this bunch on Small Business Saturday. It's not part of the Christmas season. All right, let me know what you guys think. You guys have a good Monday. I'll be back later.